third strategy is making a picture or mental image. Making a picture or mental image, when students listen to you read text, they can create pictures in their mind or make a mind movie. When readers visualize what is happening in the story, they remember more of what they read to or hear. So if we would take the author's Chickenpox by Mark Brown, we would visualize before we read you having chickenpox. How would it be in your house if you had chickenpox? What would go on in your house if you had chickenpox? Chickenpox are little red dots you have everywhere, wherever, different places, and they itch, and you cannot touch them or scratch them or it'll spread. Okay, so we will talk about that before the reading. During the reading, as we read, okay, we read a little bit, and then we'd go into here, and we would say, okay, can you, in your mind, do this? Or do you remember, can you visualize this, you doing this at your house? And then you read, you keep reading and you stop. You do this before, during, and after the reading. Making mental pictures in your head or a mental movie will help you remember later on as you do lessons on books, different books, as you go on during your grades. Looking back at the pictures is a great way to visualize different things, especially if they ask questions. You can tell them, okay, visualize this, visualize you doing this, or visualize someone you know doing this, or make a movie out of this in your head. And then some language you can ask as you're reading is, what do you see in your mind as I read this selection, or as I read this page? What do you see in your mind? Can you see your family doing this with you? Also, take the information I am reading and make it into a movie. So, how would your house go if you were Arthur? What, make this a picture of you in here, your mom, your dad, your sister or brother. Make them the characters in the book. Or pretend you're at the theater and I'm reading this book, but it's actually a movie and you're listening to it like a movie. And can you see yourself in the selection? Yes. But before you do this, you can also do a KWL chart for the kids in different books. Know, what I want to know, and what I learned. So this is a good time to do your KWL charts for your make a picture or mental image. And also for that knowledge and connect text, that would also be good too. But this would also be a way to, okay, I know this about chickenpox. I want to learn what happened to Arthur with his chickenpox. Did he itch? Was he, or what DW did? And then what you learned. Did you learn? And when you do what you learned, that's when you're really going to have to use your mental images of the book. And different text will help you make it a little bit more harder or a little bit more difficult. So they'll have to think about doing a mental image. But this book I thought was cute because of chickenpox, especially first and second grade or kindergarten first. So that is the way that you make pictures or mental images in your head while you're reading books. But always remember to ask questions before, during, and after any book that you read to a class, because it helps their minds to generate better, and they're thinking about what you're asking, and it will help them at the end, especially if you have questions, a test or something, it would actually help. So always interact with your students, and asking questions before really gets them going into a book. Thank you.